What is going on, Smite fans? This time around, we're back with Dardez, the mid laner from the Oni Warriors, and we have a little bit of a mid lane pseudo-mage, but also a little bit of ADC tier list for you. This time it's going to be for ranked play, not competitive play. These are going to be sort of the characters that we mostly see in that mid lane, why you should play them, why you shouldn't play them, that sort of thing. So Dardez, thanks for joining me. Let's just start off. What do you think with Matt Ogni right now?
I think he's a really good pick, especially in ranked. He can clear well, he can always fight.
He has
I
that
think
range poke.
He's probably A tier.
A tier?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
So a solid matchup, decent clear early, about level 5 is where he really comes online though.
Yep.
I added Outposh here, and not a pick that I've seen too much, but I figured you could show me some insight. Why is Outposh not being played right now?
Because you need so much help from your teammates, and it's ranked.
Yeah.
So do you believe in your teammates? Not all the time.
So where would you put him?
I think I would put it D.
Okay.
D or E.
So once all of these characters are gone, we could even move Outposh lower down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would go E.
Okay, so yeah, just not a favorable time for him right now. What about Anubis though?
Okay, Anubis, you can make some plays.
Okay. Similar to Outposh in the fact that he's not mobile, but he has a lot more damage.
Yeah. You can go blink, you can go crazy.
That's true.
So I'm pretty sure it would be B or C.
So
I think I would put it B.
Okay, so specifically because you can you can catch out a jungler early on, you can find that sort of pressure, but also when you don't find those things, you're sort of down here in the Outposh syndrome, so I can get that. What about Aphrodite though? We haven't seen her too much recently, but there was an influx of Aphro last season. What do you think about Aphro?
Well, the thing with Aphro is that if you're duo queuing with a jungler, she's probably like S tier for rank.
Right.
But if you're solo queuing and you don't know your jungle or your support, like
if you don't have someone to kiss to, she really falls off.
Yeah, it's so hard. So I mean, if you're duo queuing, it's probably S. If you're not, I mean, let's put it like B, I guess.
Just because she has that potential to reach that S tier. If you're queued with a jungler, like a hyper carry, but if you're not, you really don't have someone to sync with and make plays with. So, all right, I can understand the B placement there. What about Chang'e though?
Chang'e, I mean, you would go blink.
Right. You can hit some big ults. Her early game's not the best.
It's not the best. It's a rough clear. I think it's probably the same than Anubis and Afro. Like, there's some potential, but it's not gonna be. If you have to first pick in rank and first pick Chang'e, you're not first pick Chang'e.
You're gonna sit into all these counter matchups and never gonna be able to get online. So that makes sense. This is gonna be the first hunter of the tier list. This is the AMC mid that we've seen a ton in the Pro League. What do you think about AMC mid?
I think it's S tier for sure. Even in rank, East clear is too good. He's just the best rank god, one of the best for sure.
Yeah, he just has insane clear potential. His late game hard carry is always there. He's never really gonna lose lane. He just sits back at the tower. So
you don't need anyone. You can hit level 20 at 18 minutes. Right?
All right, what about Thoth though? Very similar in the fact that they have a lot of range and clear, but Thoth I think needs a little bit more help to survive. What do you think?
Yeah, it's probably A because he wins every matchup in mid. But you still need your team because if you get focused hard, you can have a rough time. So I think A is a good place for him.
Yeah, if you try to dash on the wave, then a jungler shows up. That's not going to be a good time. Another one of these top SPL picks right now is Zeus. What do you think about Zeus in ranked specifically, though?
I mean, I would put it S tier because he has insane clear, insane fighting potential. Sure, you might die, but you will do so much damage anyway, so it's a good. I think S tier.
Yeah, Zeus has that crazy early clear that Thoth has, and it's also he has that self peel where he just drops his ult on him, and then you just can never die there. So even if he does die, as you mentioned, you just do so much damage. What about Zhang Kui though? We see a little bit of Zhang solo, Zhang mid can come out at times. What are your thoughts about it?
I actually like Zhang a lot in ranked.
Okay.
I think I would put him A tier. He has strong fight. You can literally not lose a fight first 20 minutes. And you go blink. Your blink is always good in ranked. I think I say A tier.
Okay, just try to get some pressure early, blink to the back line, that sort of thing. This is one of those characters that I was even hesitant to put on the list because we have not seen Vulcan in so long. If you're against anyone with a cripple, his one just doesn't work. What do you think about Vulcan right now?
I mean, if you're first pick, you don't beat Vulcan ever.
Yeah.
It's probably, give him C, I guess.
Okay, just a little bit better than Outposh.
It's rough, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. If you do first pick, you're going to see an Ares immediately. You can't do anything. Daji is another great pick at the moment. So, yeah, it's just very hard to get that use out of his ult 'cause it's so slow, that sort of thing. Okay, what about the Morgan, though? This is a pick that you like a lot.
Yeah, it has to be S tier.
Okay.
I mean, your farm is crazy. You can turn into anyone. I think Mori is S tier in ranked for sure.
Does it matter about who you're playing against? Like, do you have to have good transformations in the game, or you think you can make it work no matter
I
what?
think you always have a good transformation, especially in ranked, like the jungler meta, like Gilga, Kama. Nah, Poseidon is always S tier.
S tier Mori. What about Ra, though? This is a pick that we haven't seen too much coming back.
Okay, I like Ra actually.
Okay.
Yes, Dutle.
Right.
If you hit the snipes, it's crazy, but
Right.
you have to hit the snipes.
That's
Okay, you cannot first pick it, I think.
Do you need setup to play this god, or is this something you could?
Well, I mean, that's on you. Like,
I mean,
but yeah, you do, like, you would like some setup. I think he's probably like A, because he's better than Anubis.
he's better than these healers down here.
But he's probably worse than Agni and fourth. I would put him B+.
B plus. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
would put him
imagine
B+.
Ra is just hovering in between these right now.
Yeah, I think I would put him B+.
All right, what about Sol? Usually more of an ADC, but we have seen a bit of Sol in the mid lane. She has some decent clear. Her autos are kind of crazy. What do you think?
I think Sol always does great in ranked. The pressure is literally insane in ranked. And I think, Sol is probably A or even S, but like, she's got nerfed a lot.
Are you one of those people that likes to build her like just sort of auto attack, sort of burst, or do you do like
I prefer burst.
Okay, yeah, like
I
the
don't play
burst Sol
A.
build? Okay, gotcha. What about Raijin though? We haven't seen Raijin much at all. He used to have a very strong presence last season. Now not so much, and you'd think with the flat pen changes that would sort of benefit him, but why aren't we seeing Raijin?
I'm actually not sure. I think he's definitely like underplayed. I think in ranked he would be really good, like probably A tier, honestly.
Okay, so
He has good clear, he has good fighting.
Right.
His only issue is like when you get gone, like when like triple blink on him, it's rough, but like it's in ranked, like, anything can happen. I think he's good A tier.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, what about Tiamat though? Another pick that was very strong last season and definitely stronger than Raijin this season, but still not, I wouldn't say played as much, but still some potential there. What do you think about Tiamat?
Yeah, I think Tiamat, like SPL is great, but like ranked, you have no pressure. It's rough. But I cannot put him like next to Changa.
Right.
He has to be A tier. Like. She's really good, but she needs some time. She
definitely needs some items to get online,
Yeah.
whereas most of these characters can kind of just clear the way when they're doing things.
But she's safe, so it's always good in ranked to be safe.
Okay. All right, what about Scylla though? I don't see too much Scylla at all. Really a hit or miss character in my opinion. What do you think though?
I think in ranked she's like bad.
Okay.
She doesn't clear.
Right.
She
Her
only
clear
has
does not
two.
come online for quite some
She
time.
has no clear.
Right.
She's unplayable in ranked, I think.
So you're saying like outwash level or like Vulcan level?
No, Vulcan. Yeah, I think Vulcan level.
Okay, because again, the clear's not great.
Yeah, you need to hit 12.
Yeah.
As soon as you hit 12, you're a character. But before that, like, what do you do?
Okay. What about Merlin though? Kind of similar in the fact that his early game's not the greatest like Tiamat, but definitely more clear than Scylla. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing than Tiamat.
Right.
Insane clear, but rough early game. You don't do anything.
Right.
So, but it's ranked, so like the game can be over in 10 minutes. It would be B plus.
B plus as well. So you think in the same?
But it's A.
Okay. So A, but really on that cusp, because again, of the fact that you want to try to hard carry your lane in ranked, you want to make sure you're getting that pressure early, and some of these mages just don't get that. Merlin, one of them.
But once you go late game, you can carry a game.
Of course.
Easily.
What about Poseidon though? He's got a little bit better clear. He's fast. The Kraken's solid. What do you think?
I mean, he's really good in ranked, I think, because the clear is crazy. You're always ahead.
Right.
But it's Poseidon.
Yep.
You cannot first pick Poseidon.
You're very one-dimensional in the fact that you just have a Kraken.
Yeah, like
There are some counter matchups like Robin, for example.
Yeah, Raven, Daji, unplayable, literally.
So what do you think? Like B?
Maybe
Or like
it's
C?
B plus.
Okay. You
I would put him B.
So not quite as bad as like the Scylla and the Vulcans of the world.
Because there's good clear.
Okay.
If you had bad clear, it would be C, for sure.
All right, what about Persephone though? She's got some solid
She's
clear.
really good,
She does a lot of damage. What do you think?
Probably A tier for sure. Probably even A. It's not S. Maybe it is S.
I mean, she's certainly better than like the Ra and the Raijins, right?
Yeah, for sure. She's better than Ra.
So should we? Do you think
She would
S?
be A plus for sure. Maybe S tier. Actually, I don't mind S tier.
Okay, we could put her in S.
I actually don't mind S
Do you
tier.
think she's that much better than thought though?
Well, the thing is that fourth can die.
Right.
Persephone is hard to kill unless you dash in. I think yeah, she's better than fourth in ranked.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, this is another one of those picks that we haven't seen too much of, but I know the potential could be there. What about Baba Yaga? I think she also doesn't come online for quite some time.
No.
Doesn't have that much early pressure, but she can be a
But
bit
she's
annoying.
safe. She's safe as well. Maybe, I don't play the god, sadly.
Right.
But I think she would be A.
Okay.
I think a good Baba Yaga Could be A.
Would you
But
go
she-
like the double stacking build, like Warlocks?
I mean,
or
that's
would
the thing. Like, do you do Book of Oath and like? I'm not sure. Like, I actually, yeah.
you just have no interest in playing her, but you're trying to.
Yeah, I have no idea about that gun. I'm
All
sorry.
right,
man.
well, no worries. That's I think I do play her a fair bit, and I
Yeah.
think that she loses some pressure early. But when you can
It's like
find
B plus, I
yeah,
think.
okay, B plus area.
Yeah.
I like that. What about Morgan Le Fay though?
Okay, the issue with Morgan Le Fay is that she's insane at fighting.
Right.
That's good for ranked. But she doesn't clear that well. Like, she needs to use like every ability on
Yeah,
the way.
she actually has the 3 ability sometimes.
But she's a really solid god. Like, she would be 80 as well. Like,
Okay.
I think.
I think you're right to say that sometimes you have to like 3 the wave, then 1,
Yeah, that's the
2
issue.
the melees, and
Yeah.
you're losing a lot of mana, and then you can't fight after that. So,
Yep.
but once you get online and you're able to clear the wave,
Oh,
she's,
yeah.
she's got some solid range, and her team fights sick, like you said.
For
So-
sure.
All right, what about Hebo though? We see this more in the jungle as of recently, but I feel like right now, because of the buffs, you can play him pretty much anywhere. What do you think?
Yeah, especially in range. Like, I think you can get away with Hebo mid more. But then against you're against Foth, and what do you do?
Yeah, you have to blink at that point to
I
really
don't
get
think you
close
can
to them.
first. I mean, you can first pick Hebo because I think it's a jungle. I mean, I like Hebo in ranked. I think it's probably A tier character.
Even with the counter matchups, like
Yeah.
Fenrir, for example, Daji, those sort of things.
Okay, Daji, like, yeah, it's rough, but it's playable.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, it's playable.
I mean, he's always got that 1v1 potential. His
Yeah.
ult's going to be sick.
it's insane in ranked. You know,
Yeah.
1v1 potential is like the best in ranked.
All right. What about Hell, though? This was a pick, again, last year, very popular. Not so much this year. Still has some decent play. What do you think?
I think Harry is still good for sure. Pressure in ranked, healing in ranked. Has to be A tier. I don't think S tier because you need some people to help you a bit.
Right.
But she's there for like pressure, healing. It's just OP in ranked, and yeah, A tier for sure.
Okay, now this is another one of those hunters that we put here. What about Neath? We see a lot of Neath in the SPL as of recently. People are banning it away, contesting it. What do you think about Neath?
I mean, it depends because in SPL you do like the one-shot build,
Right.
and in rain that means you have to rely on your allies to kill the target. You know?
That is true.
So that's an issue. But I think if mid is, I mean, it's pressure again. It's probably good in rain. It's probably A tier again. Has
Yeah.
to be.
You're able to find those ults across the map. You get some decent pressure in the early game, and then as long as you're just firing off that ult pretty much off cooldown, you're able to help the squad.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, ESET. We've seen a lot of ESET in the support role, a little bit in the jungle, but there is still some potential in mid. What do you think?
Okay, Iset is, I mean, it's another god that you cannot first pick in rain.
Right.
Because Daji, you know, like all these gods. But she's good clear, really good pressure. It has to be A tier again. So like, I don't know.
I see the checklist you're going through. Like, do they have
Yeah.
clear? Can they get pressure in
Yeah,
lane?
that's the thing.
And then
Can
are they
they
like,
fight?
do they have a small bit of self peel? Okay, I'll put them in A. And that's really what you should go, because looking at
Yeah.
this, it's like these characters, they need help. These characters need a lot of help.
They need
These
help.
characters don't play. So it
Yep.
makes sense to me.
That's how I see it, yeah.
Yeah. All right, what about Discordia, though?
Okay, she needs help because she dies very easily.
That's true.
She has good clear. She's not the best player though. I think it would be B+.
Yeah, okay. So
I
you think
don't-
it just slightly better than these characters, but still not up to par with like the
Yeah, she needs help. And you will never get the passive.
Yeah.
Because it's ranked. And
Yeah, that's
you will
fair.
never get the passive.
Yep, you can't really get the benefit of having top damage because your solo laner or like jungle is going to have it
Yeah.
most often. What about Janice though? This is one of those picks I think that sort of relies on how your team wants to play, right?
Yeah. But you can solo carry though.
That's true. He farms very quick, like Morgan, for
It's
example.
like, it's like Poseidon, you know, like you have the solo carry potential. You farm so well. It's probably better than Poseidon. You have CC immunity. It's probably A tier. But like better than like probably high up. Yeah.
All right, well, better than Poseidon
And
in
a
that regard.
good Janus could be S tier, maybe.
Yeah, it depends on the game, I think.
Yeah, it depends on the
If
game.
you're up against like a Susano or something that can like follow you through
Yeah.
the portals, that's a bit annoying. But besides that, if you're able to just run to farm, portal to the back
Mm-hmm.
camps on cooldown, then you can usually get ahead there. This is gonna be the last. Oh no, 2 more hunters. Uller though, very solid early game kill potential.
Yes, I would put him S tier in range for sure. I mean, you have crazy fighting, crazy clear, crazy pressure. Well, I mean, you don't have CC immunity, but it's ranked, it's fine.
As long as you're able to like
You can
brawl.
just bandage and then you'll be fine. Like,
as long as you ban the CC immunity characters,
Yeah.
they're gonna mess you up, and you have that 1v1 potential. You're gonna be pretty solid in lane. So
Yeah.
I like the placement for Ulla there as well. Hera is a character that I don't think I've seen at all this season.
nope.
Why is that?
Because she dies. Like,
Yeah.
It's too much damage, no CC immunity. She doesn't do that much damage as well, I think, so she has no range. But in range, she can be good. Like, I don't know, I would put in B tier though. It's like Discordia kinda.
Okay.
You need so much help, and you're so easy to kill in range. Like, if the solar now is fed, like, it's over. Your game is over.
All right, what about Nuwa? Sort of in the same boat where you can AFK
Yeah.
farm, but also you need a little help.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. At that character, like, if you think you're going to 40 minutes, sure. Nice. It's probably awful in ranked. It's probably C tier, man.
C tier, all right. So Nuwa, even with the ult, if you can get the late game.
Yeah, but that's it. Like,
That's her only benefit, though, is what you're saying. All right. Chiron, though, surely that has some of the potential of Uller does is like you're going to out-clear most people. You got crazy range. What do you think?
Crazy range, good clear, but you're like way easy to die. You're easier than Uller to die, like to kill, I mean. So it's probably 8 here, I think. He's good all around. Like, yeah, he's good.
All right, last one. This is going to be the Kukulkan. This is something that we haven't seen too much at all.
Nope.
When the Book of Thoth build was kind of around the Book of the Dead, Book of Thoth build, that we saw some play, but Cuckoo, not the best right now. What do you think?
Look, that god, okay, it's probably Silat here. I mean, he has insane clear.
Right.
He just dies. He just dies.
He does die.
What do you do?
His ult's pretty hard to confirm without some help. If you're solo queuing ranked, these are not the characters you want to be picking. Is what you're saying?
Like the free. I mean, the free is a bad ability, I think. I mean, if you hit everyone and every ult, sure, but that's not happen.
Yeah, in a normal circumstance, that's probably not going to be confirmed.
So it's here for sure. Yeah.
All right, so you get a full look at the list here. What do you think? Anything else you want to change up?
I mean, there's a lot of like 8-tier character would be like B+, I think.
Right. So there's a few of them you could shift down, but I think as long as you're taking this not at face value and you're listening to what Dardez had to say about why he placed them there, I think it makes sense to me. So as long as you're happy with this, I'll give it my stamp of approval as well.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
All right. So there we go. This is the quintessential mid lane tier list from the Oni Warriors mid laner Dardez. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me. Again, if you guys have any sort of issues with this, definitely tweet at us and we'll tell you why you're wrong. Thank you so much, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed.
Hey, wait, what did it win?
You win the respect.
You're telling me an alien wore this?
Perfect. Okay, that was a good cut.
Messaging him to mute.
The best graphics you really need, Ultra, of course, and I can probably watch a stream on the side.
Content's gonna look good.
Pretty good, pretty good.